After 20 years, the Rural Woman of the Year Award dinner in the Great Hall at Parliament House is still a hot ticket event. A rural networking paradise. At the top of everyone's list this year was the highest profile female rural politician in the country, Kath McGowan.
We're going to do good work tonight. So people are talking to me about legislation, they're talking to me about broadband, they're talking to me about mobile phone black spots and what are you doing, how can we work together?
2010 national winner Sue Middleton says this year's group of state finalists and runners-up will be forever changed.
It accelerates you. So you're probably already on the pathway anyway. You're going to be playing a leadership role. But what happens once you get into this network is you go, oh my goodness, look at these incredible women and look what they're doing. I can actually work and try, a bit harder. And plus you've got other women, go for it because and they're helping you to get to the right places and open the doors you need to. So I think what the Rural Women's Alumni does and each year we get another fantastic cohort of women, and so it just continues to build.
New Agriculture Minister Barnaby Joyce is a regular at the dinner.
That agriculture in Australia will fall flat in its face without the prominent and incredible role that women play.
He says this event always gets him reflecting on the influential rural women in his life, like his grandmother, mother and the CWA.
Well, I think it's really important that we understand that you've got to have that networking relationship, you've got to have the courage to stand up and say, I can change the world, I can change my industry. You've got to take all those skills that so many women have and put it in the frame where we actually change the nation as well.
Each of the state winners won a $10,000 bursary for travel and research. New South Wales winner Isabel Knight is a farm succession planner. Acutely aware of how few families do a plan, a paltry 10%, she's using the money to develop a website providing access to succession planning information.
We actually need to do things early and proactively rather than waiting for whatever to be dished up at us. Because we will always have those things in rural Australia that we cannot control, but we really have to focus on the things we can.
Alison Fairley's a teacher from Ayr in far north Queensland. After 3 local men suicided in 2008, she decided to do something to address the shocking statistics. Now she's one of the country's best-known rural mental health advocates.
The main challenge facing our rural industries and our rural sectors is the health and well-being of our farmers and our fishers. I don't believe that we can have profitable and productive rural industries if we don't have sustainable rural workforce. So my idea has been to train the people who've been auspiced with the responsibility to provide health and mental health services to our communities. I'll deliver the training with the Townsville Mackay Medicare Local, and once that pilot project has been completed, it's my hope that we can roll it out across all regional Medicare locals in Australia.
Giovanna Webb's a Columbian-born crocodile farmer from Darwin. Through her project, she's encouraging Indigenous women to work in the crocodile industry.
I would like to see these women not just getting better skills and better income. I have learned with the award that there are many opportunities out there and that we should really get together, the women, and network and create a stronger rural industry in Australia.
Tasmanian Katie Code is the president of the state's Rural Youth Network. She's developing a kids' ag awareness program and says she's privileged to be joining the alumni.
I can just see these networks just growing and with useful resources like social media to be able to connect these rural women that have for years been stuck on the farm in remote areas.
South Australian winemaker Anna Hooper has been overseas to look at how wineries incorporate sustainability into their businesses.
In Australia, it would be fair to say that the consumers don't really understand sustainability and they certainly aren't prepared to pay more for it. I think that there's an opportunity for small to medium-sized producers to gain competitive advantage from their efforts around sustainability.
West Australian agricultural consultant Danielle England has been to New Zealand to study how the dairy and sheep meat industries there have embraced change. She says the award's given her the confidence to be a change agent herself.
I think I'd like to be remembered as somebody who was a visionary for the industry, and that I encouraged other people to step up and take on responsibility and drive that change.
Victorian forester Michelle Freeman is setting up a network to provide her industry with future leaders.
I think women quite often underestimate their own abilities, and through the award you start to realise a whole lot of strengths and the true capacity of women and the things that they can achieve. But sometimes I think women need a little bit of a push to get there.
She says the award has changed her life.
It's made me reevaluate myself and who I am as a leader. And it's also made me realise that one person can start to make a difference in their own communities.
And from the outgoing national runner-up, a reminder about the benefits of the award.
It's been proven through research that if you empower one rural woman, that folds out 5 times through the community.
The national runner-up was Isabel Knight, a succession planner from New South Wales.
It's an enormous blockage to Australian agriculture being as good as it can be if we actually do not transition to the next generation more effectively than we currently are. The next generation are our shining light, and so it's important that we actually have the capacity and the capability to actually transition those people into agriculture, into our businesses and into our communities.
And this is certainly someone who I won't get on the wrong side of, otherwise I'll end up as dinner for her pets. The winner for the 2013 RIDC Rural Women's Award was Giovanna Webb.
I'm extremely honoured, and I can't really begin to tell you how happy and how really privileged I'm here. When I came from Columbian 16 years ago, in 1997, I was running a crocodile farm. I have a zoologist, science background, and I follow my passion, my heart. I fall in love not just with the crocodiles in Australia, but with a crocodile man who is my husband today. Listen, I love Australia, I love Darwin, I love everything this country has to offer to everyone. And it's only my duty really to get back anything I can.
Giovanna Webb, congratulations and welcome to Landline.
Thank you very much. It is an honor. It is just fantastic to be, as an immigrant from Colombia, to be representing rural Australian women.
What would you like to achieve in the next 12 months?
What I want to do is empower women. I think what we need is a voice. About 85% of Australians, they live in the coastal big cities, which means that rural Australians, they have a very weak voice, and we need really to be out there, more active, and be proactive everywhere.
What are you doing with your $10,000 bursary?
Through my own enterprise, my own business, we have the headquarters for training Indigenous women to come and upskill them, learning more about how to raise crocodiles in one way, but in another way, I enjoy very much going into the communities and interacting with women out there and providing the raw material to incorporate those pieces with the artwork they're doing at the moment, but also encouraging small businesses in the communities.
Why is it so important for you to get more Indigenous women involved in the croc industry?
Because our state has about 30% of Indigenous women, and this is a very male-dominated industry. And I think that women are the ones who keep everything together, and they deserve to get the benefits from our industry. Our crocodile industry is perhaps is the strongest rural industry in the NT, and they deserve to have a part of that.
Is it about providing these women with jobs?
It's about empowering women, and it's about perhaps facilitating different ways for them to become a role and lead us in their own communities.
Do you think women can be the key drivers expanding the crocodile industry?
Yes, definitely. Even in our own business, we have about 50% of our staff members are women, and they're very dedicated, they're strong, they hard workers, and obviously we need that nurturing feelings to look after the baby crocs mainly.
Are there issues that you want to highlight outside the crocodile industry in the next 12 months?
I think that mainly will be about diversity, because with competition and globalization, it's going to be only harder and tougher for Australian rural industries to survive. So we need really to ensure that we diversify and create and be innovative about what we're doing.
What have you got out of being involved in this whole award process?
I think I got self-confidence, I got lots of fun, I got lots of knowledge, and it just gives me more the passion to keep working, and I want really to be a voice for a lot of rural Australian women.
Giovanna Webb, congratulations and thank you for your time.
Thank you very, very much. Wonderful.